Okay, yeah.
You kill that. That's amazing. I know, here, I'll help you.
Yeah.
Just, can you start like right, I don't know, somewhere around there where you're comfortable? Yeah, that's cool stuff because you're using nuance and musicality, dynamics, and extended techniques to do something that most people don't see or do in high school. Okay? You must be taking private lessons.
Yeah.
Why did you pick this instrument instead of that?
I feel like,
I just want to know your inside thoughts.
that one was like really, really bad.
I know. See,
And when
this is,
I heard the last one was solo, it sounded better than I heard before. So, 'cause my
this is
feedback
the
was so-
plastic is addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, really.
But it's over resonant. There are like some like marimba snobs hate this instrument because it's so resonant that they think that it's like evil because it gives you a false sense of resonance that is not normally there. Like really good marimbas, like marimba ones or Malatex or even like good Yamahas or Adams have a great resonance with rosewood when they're in the right room, not when it's carpeted to the hilt. But this definitely gives that false sense of security. But it sounded cool in here, especially for the echo stuff.
Yeah.
He was awesome. Now, here's a question that probably nobody else is going to notice. Are you getting all these notes every time?
Not every time.
How could you fix that?
Don't know if I know it starting from the last thing.
Show me what you would learn. Show me how you would teach yourself that.
Well, first, I mean, I always start where the next measure is, just like here.
Okay.
So I want to figure out which
Where you're going to. Good. Very good. Now, how are you gonna learn that lick and do that correctly?
I learned it really slow down.
Okay, show me. Show me how you learn it. Okay. Now, have you ever done 4 strokes per hand? Okay, so do 4 strokes per note.
Oh, for notes.
Okay, and now 3 strokes per note. And now 2 strokes per note, but go a little slower, because this is like days later.
Yeah.
And now 1. And then in a darkly lit room with country music playing in the background. I'm not kidding. The distractions are what teach you how to nail it. Like, practicing in public is one of the most important things that people don't do. Now, when I was in college, I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything. We didn't have a marimba at my high school growing up because they didn't have marimbas then. This was before they were invented. They didn't exist then. Okay? That's not really true. But they didn't have a marimba. They had a vibraphone and they had a xylophone that was pitted out to the max because people used the wrong mallets on it. It was a really good music program, but anyhow, when I first encountered marimba, I was in college, and I was like, oh, I have to learn to play this? Well, then I'm going to spend all of my waking hours right here. And I did, like, to the point where it was, like, obsessive. And I would do that practicing thing, and then I was like, but this isn't realistic because there's nobody in the room with me at 1 in the morning. So I would set music stands up on chairs, so it felt like there were people in the room. And then I would have a radio playing, or I would open the window so there was noise coming in with extra distraction. That's like the next thing after you can play the lick. And you know that you're not hitting the lick all the time. they don't know, and I'm sorry for exposing you, because they would never know if I just clapped and said bravo and bowed and we all left happy. But if you're gonna really nail those licks, you have to use that technique 4-3-2-1 or 6-4-3-2-1 or 6-5-4-3-2-1, whatever, so that you're in the right place at the same time every single time. And what I really liked what you said, which is way over the top cool, is you were like, first I'm gonna figure out where I'm going to. Because that's that extended sticking technique that I was trying to teach you, where you have to understand, if you're going to teach your hands to play a lick correctly, and I will go as slow as I have to get it right. I feel no shame in that whatsoever. I'm gonna pretend like this is a 5-octave marimba because I wanna play this. I don't wanna, I see that as a totally different note. I would take maybe like, I'll just take this segment right here. I will not learn backwards. We have sharps, right? Got a couple of them. Okay, so I would just take like this. And I would just sit on that for a while until I was sure that it was. I already felt myself like, oh, hang on, you're going a little too fast there. You might need to take a little more time out if you're going to then spend time on marimba again, which I do not spend time on. I have one. I used to teach it all the time, but I spend time on other instruments generally. But then you just do that until you get it, and still, even right now, my muscles are like, you're going to make a mistake, and I don't want to. So I would have to take more time. You may have to take less time. But then you dedicate that to each segment in here, and then you really get to know a piece of music. By the way, no one's ever impressed by this, and it doesn't mean anything. Now the 15, 16. Oh, yeah. Time signatures don't even matter. All it is subdividing this with this, and you're killing that. So you're killing that. It's really, really good playing. But if you get down to the nitty gritty and you're gonna really get stuff like that and then stuff like this in between, that's a whole different thing. Now, why are you, I know I probably know your teacher because I'm from Missoula, but why are you playing a 5-octave piece on a 4 1/3 instrument? Why don't you just pick a 4 1/3 piece?
Honestly, so this year was at Freestyle High School.
Yeah.
And I knew it was really passion. I was down there quite sound.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to learn on 5-octave.
Do you have a 5-octave marimba?
No, there's only one at.
That's what I mean. So why are you learning on a 5-octave? Why are you learning 5-octave pieces? But there are a zillion 4 1/3 octave pieces that will kick your ass before you have to play this.
I don't know what's fun.
I know, but there are a zillion 4 1/3 octave pieces that are really, really hard, and you can play a 4 1/3 octave and not have to apologize or change it. I don't think about that. You know, I mean, it's fun to dunk on an 8-foot hoop, but basketball players play with a 10-foot hoop.
Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, but my dunk hoop's 8 feet. I'm like, yeah, so what? Can you shoot a free throw? Oh no, I'm terrible at those. Okay. Well, why don't you work on free throws? Oh, well, it's really fun to dunk on an 8-foot hoop. So, you know what I mean? Like, if I really want to get to the nitty-gritty of that, I would say you need to learn 4 1/3 octave marimba literature, because there's some stuff that's really, really hard that you can play in 4 1/3 that people would be like, they would never even know there's such thing as a 5-octave marimba. And it'll be so challenging for you that then when you get to the 5-octave instrument, you have access to it, then you can do that. You know what I mean? That's like another nitty-gritty thing. But by the way, you're killing it. Bravo.